Gosh, it's quiet.
Wait till I start to talk. Hi, welcome in Countdown.
Welcome to what?
Countdown, that's the name of the show.
Sorry.
My first question is, you've been on the road for about a year now. In what way is the show different than it was a year ago when you started out?
Well, Izzy's not in the band anymore. That's a start. And we brought in some horn players and stuff to fill out certain songs that we recorded like that. You know, so that we had that change. That's about it. It's just as chaotic as it always has been.
Who came up with the idea to make it a bigger band than it used to be?
Well, when this first started coming up, it was around the time that Izzy split and Gilby came in, and at the same time I was trying to audition new musicians to make November Rain and Heaven's Door and stuff sound a little bit more like it did on the record. And Axl really wanted to get into that, so I got the job of going out and finding something to simulate it. And I didn't want anything corny like three guys in tuxedos coming up with their horns, right? So I got some chicks to do it, and that's how basically the whole thing came about.
And you like the way it's going now?
Oh, it's been awesome, yeah.
You made quite an impression when you appeared at Freddie Mercury tribute. What made you decide to do that?
Wait, what made us decide to do the Queen thing?
Yes.
They asked us, and we jumped at the chance because, at first we really wanted to do it, then there was a period of not being sure. There was this whole, gay activist thing that was going against us, and we just decided to do it anyway. But we grew up with Queen, as far as that's one of the main bands that we were influenced by. So of course we were excited about it.
Did you know him personally before you?
No, I never met him before actually. I met Brian May before, and that was about it.
Do you like him as a guitar player?
Oh, he's awesome. Yeah. That goes without saying. I didn't think that could be a question.
Did you specially rehearse for that show?
Well, I went down and rehearsed because I was playing Tie Your Mother Down with Queen. So I went down. I was already in London for a little while anyway, and I went down to rehearsal and we played it a few times. But as far as the rest of it goes, it was just a typical Guns N' Roses thing where no, we didn't rehearse it.
So what did Elton John say after his appearance with Axl and you?
I don't know. I wasn't there, so I don't know what you're thinking.
I thought it was great.
No, it was just Axl and him. I wasn't there.
Do you get a sense that the public opinion about Guns N' Roses has changed because you participated in that concert?
I think there was a general realization about the AIDS situation for everybody involved. Especially the crowd to see. I don't know what you'd call it. Currently popular musicians in the music business getting up there and making a statement, and especially in the demise of Freddie Mercury, and seeing that happen and finally admitting to the fact that AIDS does exist, because that's of all the sort of, I don't know what the word for it is. The gays had to deal with it, and then it started to be a heterosexual thing. But all the bands just did not want to even know about it because, if you think about it, that's like one of the things that goes with the territory that we really enjoy is sex. Anyway, so we finally all came to terms with it, and everybody in the crowd realized that it's not something you can ignore. And it was a cool feeling to see everybody. I hate to say that something positive came out of somebody dying, but something positive did come out of it, and to everybody there seeing it was seeing how everybody felt was really cool. It's a good vibe.
Dat is mijn zeggen. Kan je wat even buiten eventjes zeggen dat er niks gebeurt?
Clingerman.
You're about to start another European tour. So you've been here before. In what way is Europe different to you than America?
Aside from the crowd, everything is entirely different. You know, I mean, I don't even think it's worth explaining. I mean, it's the United States and Europe, the culture is so, you know, it's so diverse in Europe, for one. And we've only been to, London and Germany. So a European tour, for one, is all these places we haven't even been to. So it is different. As far as the States, I mean, we played Texas 15 million times. I mean, I'm just
But do you enjoy being in Europe?
so far, yeah. I mean, we've been to England. We've played England like 5, 6, 7 or 8 times in the time in the time that the band's been together. We've gone back and forth to London, and we played Germany twice. So that was cool. We're used to that, but I mean, that doesn't necessarily constitute any kind of idea what the rest of Europe is all about. Yeah, it's not like going from like Las Vegas to Kansas, where the transition isn't really all that harsh. In Europe, it's like you go from one country to the next, and it's a major cultural difference. Yeah.
When you were still touring America on this tour, we had the impression here in Europe that things were a little tense in the band every once in a while. Has that changed now? Is that
Well, there was a lot going on with the whole Izzy situation, you know, and the fact that our record wasn't out yet, you know. So I have to say it's a lot different now, you know. But the band's always been tense because, you know, this isn't like a day job where most bands in the business nowadays just go up and they play the same. They do the show in their sleep, you know. We go up there, every night's different, and we care about every single show. If something happens during one particular show, yeah, it's tense, because the way we treat it is you go out there and do the best possible job you can, and we do it in a way that it's not premeditated. We just go up and just go for it right then and there. We don't have a set list, really. The only thing that's consistent is the stage, you know, so it's always hard and it's always tense. Yeah.
how is the situation with the incident in St. Louis at the moment?
I don't know, to tell you the truth.
No.
I mean, this guy, we made an ass out of St. Louis, and he's pissed off. This prosecutor's pissed off. So he's trying his hardest to make things difficult for us, but I don't think he's going to win in the long run. Yeah.
And
sort of pathetic, actually.
another thing about the band is that we hear reports about the band stopping every once in a while during the show in America.
Stopping? What do you mean?
Well, like going off stage for a couple of minutes, or is that still happening?
Those are called encores.
So that doesn't happen. Okay. I want to go back in time a little bit. When you first started out, you had your first album out, and then for about a year nothing happened. How did you feel in that period? Did you feel that you still would have success in the long way, or?
I don't think success and all that sort of the monetary concept wasn't our priority. You know, this is like a band that just likes to exist as a band, and we get into that aspect of it. As far as the pressures of everything else and all the material stuff, that's something that's been forced down our throats. We got into this because that wasn't our motivation to get into playing music. So in some ways we're sort of naive. We've learned a lot, but we always learn everything after the fact, you know. So that question doesn't even relate to where the band comes from. Yeah.
What kind of bands did you listen to when you were just starting out?
Oh fuck, a lot of stuff. You know, the obvious were the like Queen and Aerosmith and Ted Nugent and Thin Lizzy and Nazareth You know, I mean, those are the bands that we sort of were weaned on. Yeah. But there was everybody has like tons of musical influences, so I don't even think we have enough time to start trying to label them.
How about guitar players for yourself?
Jimmy Page, Jimi Hendrix, Eric Clapton, Jeff Beck, Rory Gallagher. Then there was guitar players that came along later on, which were like Billy. Well, as far as I was concerned, Billy Gibbons was I didn't notice until later on, and Steve Ray Vaughan came on, and the guys from the Aerosmith guys, you know, Angus Young. There's a bunch of them. You know.
Have you had any young talent lately?
As far as guitar, well, James Hetfield's awesome. You know? Let's see, Zach Wild's cool. Otherwise, there's not too many of them that I'm into, at least.
Could you give me a short description of the other band member?
A short description?
Yeah.
Well, they're all basic, normal size, so I don't think it's a short description.
What do they do when they have time off?
No, they're all really great guys. Everybody in this entourage are great people. It's one of the coolest. It's a huge family that travels around, and everybody's really like it's all good people, you know. So the entourage itself and the band members, the only reason we can deal together or deal with each other is because of that. Yeah.
How many people are traveling around on this tour?
Fuck, I don't know. 50 of us. I don't There's a bunch of us. It's like the Guns N' Roses gang.
You were mentioning this earlier, but what the band has reached so far, we're not talking about success, but a musical point of view. Is that what you always dreamed of? Is that?
Well, we've managed to do everything, you know, like a band goes through a period where they do, musically they have one idea, and you get to that point where you've accomplished it, right? And you keep growing. And so where our heads were at was way different than what's to be expected from a rock and roll band, and we've managed to accomplish that too. So I can say we've got to that point, you know. And what's going to happen in the next couple of years or whatever, I have no idea because we haven't sat and talked about it. But it's a huge accomplishment to be able to organize that much music and that many people, and go out and pull it off. Yeah.
When people say or write, Guns N' Roses is the best rock and roll band around, are you proud if you read that? Or
I don't know. I don't read anything when it comes to band press. I'm over it.
Or if you hear it.
But if I hear it, no, I'm pretty humble about that kind of stuff. You know, it's like Guns N' Roses to me is the coolest thing I could possibly be involved in. But as far as going, it is the, you know, best rock and roll band around. That's. I don't even think in those terms. You know, we just keep doing what we're doing.
All right, thank you. I would like to give you a present.
Yeah.
This is a countdown T-shirt and a countdown pin. I'll open it for you. I'll try to open it for you.
Oh, it's okay. So that's cool. What's with the whole canister?
Well, it's like a limited edition thing.
Oh, really?
It's numbered.
Well, cool. I'll put it on my jacket.
Could you show it to the camera, please?
I think they probably have seen it already.